Hi guys. We have our fabulous people here, and Julie is now going to measure trunk so that we can see that it's different measuring areas on different people. So I'm sorry, last time I kind of jumped around on the measuring form, so I'll do my best to follow. Um, so obviously, we skip the cup size, the measuring of the shoe circumference is the same. So, yep, you basically measure all the way around the bottom of the shoes you're going to wear in your booties.
28 and a quarter.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. So, to begin, we're going to measure the neck at the center and then the neck at the base. And it's great to pass the tape measure just like that over and then measuring toward you. Try not to finish on the front because you don't want to choke the person.
10.5.
Great. And then slide it down a little bit.
17 and one quarter.
17.
Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to do from neck to nipple now. So from the base of the neck, straight down to the nipple.
7.
11.
Great. Now where Trunk's nipple is, you're going to, Trunk, put your arms up like this. Yep, pass the tape measure around the back of them and keep it level with that. Yep, perfect. Put your arms down. Yeah, just like that. And I like to take a peek around the back just to make sure that the tape measure isn't slanted down. You want it to, perfect, just like that.
46.
Yep. Oh, keep the tape measure there, and then you're just going to yeah. So that was where it was before. Now just bring it up so that it's right above. Yeah, just like that. Yep, upper chest.
45.
And then now you're going to measure the band as if he was going to wear a band. What measurement would that be? Circumference. And this is the lower chest.
43.
Perfect. Okay, now you can drop the tape measure, trunk face away from her. And now you're going to measure from the back of the neck, from that kind of the base. Yep, exactly. Kind of where you ended now with your right thumb is the armpit level. So this is back to armpit. Yep, exactly.
8.
Great. 8. Now take your tape measure, turn it horizontally, and you're going to measure the back chest from, yep, from the armpit to the armpit. Arms down.
13 and a half.
All right. Now trunk face Julie. Julie, you're going to measure the waist. So pass the tape measure around the back of them. Yep. And this, you want it to be right over the top of the largest part. Yes. And make sure that the tape measure is not slanted up or down. Yep. Looks like you're on it.
31.
Great. Now keep that, keep memory of the level of that and measure from the dip in the clavicle straight down to that waistline. And this is going to be X1. Neck to waist front. Great. Sometimes we'll have someone wear like an elastic band around their waist because now trunk face away from her because Julie, you're going to measure from the base of his neck down to that waistline. Yep. It's basically the same length. Yeah. Yep. Great. Okay, trunk, you can face Julie. Now you're going to measure where his belt would be. This is the upper hip measurement. Yeah. Where people wear belts nowadays. So J1, Juliet 1, upper. Perfect. Thanks. Now you're going to do lower hip. So this is easiest done from the side view. And you want to look and see where the widest part of their glutes go out. And you're going to measure. You don't want to go down past the crotch. So you want to measure a little higher. I can't tell. You want to be below. Yeah, that's it. Much easier to see. That's it. Perfect. Looks like the back could come up a little bit. It's hard to tell with that shirt. Right. So next so that's the upper hip, the lower hip. Now we're going to measure the top of the thigh. You want to do the dominant leg of this one, which will be the right leg. So I pass the tape measure between the legs, and then I pull it to myself, and then I ask the person being measured to grab the tape measure and pull it up as high as it'll go. Now, Julie, make sure it's level. Right now you're up a little higher than it needs to be. Yeah, come back down. Yep. What is that? Top of thigh measurement.
25.
Great. Drop it to the mid thigh. So basically between there and where the top of the knee is.
21.5.
Great. Now drop it to the top of the kneecap above the patella. Yeah. Yep.
18 3/4.
Yep. So that's the L2 above knee straight. Now you can do the mid knee straight. That's over the patella, the kneecap.
15.
Yep. Great. Now you're going to do the little Captain Morgan pose, and you're going to measure above the kneecap, measuring, those. So this is that seam where perfect trunk, you're nailing it. Yep. And it needs to be straight up, 90 degrees. Yeah, you're pointed toward the kneecap. Yeah, you need to be straight up and down. Perfect. And then engage the tendons in the back of the knee.
15.
Great. Keep your foot there. Press your toe into the chair. Lift your heel up. Great. Now measure those calves.
15 3/4.
Great. Drop it down to the ankle. 2 ankle measurements. One's above. You can relax your foot. Yep, above the ankle and then on the ankle bone.
9. 10 1/4.
Great. Okay, so now you can move the chair. We're going to measure the shoulders. Face away from Julie. Yep, and then find that basically where the end of the clavicle is at the top of the shoulder, we measure up and over. Yeah, just like that.
Up 18.5.
Okay, now keep your right thumb wherever it was. Yep. Take it the end of the tape measure in your left hand, place it where your right hand is, and we're going to get the same measurement, the starting measurement where you ended. Left hand goes to right.
Left hand is right. Got it.
Yeah. Yep. So you're going to put the end of the tape measure there and measure down his upper arm. All right, start over. It happens all the time.
Yep.
Yep. Find that point.
Measure.
And this is, yep, exactly. So measure from there down to the end of the elbow. Bend your arm 90 degrees, trunk. Yep, measure, don't wrap it underneath the arm. You kind of just want to use your hand to figure out, where the end of his arm is. Upper arm length. The lower arm length is easiest if trunk, you just present your arm to Julie like this. Face Julie and go like this. Yep. And you go, perfect, from the end of the elbow to the wrist or wrist to elbow. And they'll usually tell you where they want it to end. All right. So now we're going to measure from the base of the neck all the way down, and you're going to measure the length to the end of the elbow and then the length to the end of the wrist, starting at the base of the neck. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Sometimes it's easier to hold it at the elbow and let the shoulder drop.
30.
You got it. Nice job. So next is the scarecrow measurement, the front of the arm, A3. So I get ready to measure one side, and then I hold that measurement with my thumbs, and I measure the other, and I take the longer of the two. Yep. And you want to make sure your arm is not in front of your shoulder or back, but perfectly like a flat between a plane of glass. Yep.
Good. Symmetrical.
Unheard of. Okay, so next is going to be the shoulder joint. So measure around, yeah, this is like kind of to this part. You want to, this, yeah, imagine if your shirt's too tight. You want to just measure, yeah, exactly. Yep, put your arm down if you can.
Or like the point.
Yeah, up over, yep.
19.
19. All right, and then the bicep of the largest part of the arm with it flexed.
14 and a half.
Elbow straight, elbow bent. You're welcome to measure to compare. Arms.
Elbow bone.
Yeah, right over the elbow bone with it straight.
11.
And then again with it bent. Elbow bent. Across the elbow bone. Yeah, like that. I know it's kind of an awkward one to get.
15 and a half.
Great. And then the forearm measurement is level with the top of the arm. So just perfect with it flexed.
12 and a half.
Slide it up to the wrist.
6 and 3/4.
Okay, great. You can relax your arm now. We're going to measure, it says the torso measurement. So this starts at the clavicle, at the dip between the clavicle at the bottom of that dip. Yep, hold it there. It goes between the legs. So it's important that this doesn't give you a camel toe. It wants to go right over the top, moose knuckle or whatever it's called. And you should be able to just adjust it just a little bit. You don't want it cranked up there. And then another tip that we give is to bend the knees just to make sure sometimes the fleshy bits can make the tape measure get stuck. So when you finish the tape measure, you want it to be kind of where the collar of the suit would sit. Like the collar sticks up past this seam point, but where is the seam going to end at the back of the neck?
On it flat against the back.
You don't have to push it against the arch of the back, just straight up. Yep.
Where does that feel like it is? About 67.
Great. Okay, so now it looks like, Trent, can you give Julie back the tape measure? We're going to do crotch length, which you put the tape measure at the top of your waist on the front, and grab that chair. You want to have a seat in that chair. So you're going to pass the tape measure between your legs and then sit down on the chair. Yep.
And is it too late, like my waist or my belt?
I'm pretty sure this is to your waist. This is a reference measurement. Yeah, just do it to the waist, like there.
And over my
Yep.
Okay.
The family jewels.
Is it good enough?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So basically for my I need a little more. Yeah.
So then to the waist in the back.
Yes.
Here.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get it. There we go.
Was 29 and a half.
Right. So Trunk, let go of the tape measure. Julie, you're going to pass the tape measure up and you're going to start measuring at the back of his neck. You're going to measure straight down along his back to the top of the seat. This is the next measurement, neck to seat back.
26.
26. Great. Okay, you can stand up, move the chair. The last three measurements, we're going to start with waist to floor outseam. So this is an outseam measurement where it starts at your waist. Yep. Perfect, Julie. Straight down to the floor. wearing your shoes that you jump in?
Here.
Great. And your feet need to be under your hips, which they are. Yep. You don't want them touching. You don't want them too wide, but right under your hips, which is good. Now, trunk, you're going to take the tape measure with your palm up, pinch it between your fingertips, and place, the tape measure into your crotch. This is going to be the start of your inseam measurement. So you want to put, what's that?
Not like
Behind everything. Yep.
facing the tape.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Got it. And then measure to the top of his kneecap. And try not to look down. Pick a spot on the wall so you stand straight up. Stand straight up.
13.
Great. And then hold that tape measure against the knee and then take it down to the ground. Against the foot. Against the inseam.
24.
All right. Well done. Any questions so far?
No, that's awesome.
Awesome. You guys are great. Thanks again.